Good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. Good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, with the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, live inside Coach's Corner. I did 3 weeks straight on the Coach's Corner Braves TEEPEE Pavilion, and I'm telling you right now, helped save one of our own, John Henderson and the crew, Lawrence Bennett, Sean Herb, Brent Herb, whoever was up there helping with that whole kit and caboodle banner, whatever they did up there, crazy. I mean, raised $35,000. That's pretty special. And of course, the Braves won. First World Series since 1995. A lot of fun here at Coach's Corner. If you missed it, the night that they clinched, John Henderson, Lawrence Bennett, Sean Herb, and the big guy, Frank Selkowski, all jumped in the hot tub and had a champagne bath. It was a lot of fun to watch. You can go check it out on YouTube, check it out on Twitter, check it whatever you want. And that's where I'm located now. No more radio, just all on the internet, social media. You know, go to Karl DeMasi Sports Report, YouTube channel, Facebook, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Coach's Corner, Facebook page, and of course, Twitter at KD Sports Report. It's great being here. It's rock and roll marathon Saturday. It's ugly outside. It's rainy. It's cold. It's 44 degrees. I'm glad I'm not a runner. But they said close to 17,000 people signed up for that race today. I'm telling you right now, it's ugly. It's ugly out there. Even a guy from up north, where this is the weather I lived in during the winter, fall and winter. I mean, I wouldn't want to be out there running. But once again, the Savannah Rock and Roll Marathon is going on. Check the maps. Check what roads are closed. Okay, you don't want to get caught in that. Great lineup. I got more guests than I realized. Okay, of course, we'll start out with quickly scores, news, and notes of what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia. Then quarter number 2, Stephen Weeks come on, picking the winners, talking Georgia Bulldog football, pre-recorded because the man's got everything going on. I don't know if they're going to play soccer or golf today, but, you know, that's what he's been doing with his kids on Saturdays. Then the third quarter, live, okay, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Josh Pridgen from Jenkins High School. The kids have an unbelievable football season. Can't wait to talk to that warrior. Then in fourth quarter, hey, why not talk about it? He's back. The Shark, Mark Ediss, is going to be a bananas. The historic Grayson Stadium DJ, specialist, entertainer, you name it, he's there. Okay. And then live about 10 o'clock, it's the 19th annual. That's right, 19th annual Sycamore at the Stadium baseball camp that's always done in November. We'll have the man himself, Jason Rockwell, on talking about that live. And then probably a little later, once he gets up and he gets moving and he's back to earth, John Henderson, come on and talk about the Braves. Talk about the experience he had up there and raising unbelievable amount of money. All right, I got to see if he'll make it, but, you know, he's walking around. He's getting everything set up here. Coach's Corner does not have breakfast today. You know, hopefully in the near future, if the man can work it out, he'd like to bring it back. But right now, there's no breakfast at Coach's Corner. I gotta find something to eat, but I'll find something later on. Okay, let's go. 3 steps in the door. High school sports. BC ranked second. Calvary round second. BC clinches the first place spot in the playoffs. Calvary clinched the region title last night. Undefeated 10-0. So they'll be in. Last night's scores. South Effingham beats Bradwell 28-14. Effingham gave the undefeated Brunswick Pirates a run for their money in the Palace of the Pines 21-18. That's pretty impressive, okay, for the Effingham County Rebels. They'll be playing in the playoffs next week. All right, 3A. Johnson all over Beach 38-0. Southeast Bullock beats Grove 62-12. Windsor Forest takes care of Savannah High 32-0. In Class 1A Public, Bryan County goes out with a win, 27-20 over Portal. In Class 1A Private, all right, Calvary Day School takes care of Aquinas up there, wherever Aquinas is, 44-0. And what a game. Savannah Country Day at Saunders Field on the campus of Country Day in overtime, all right. Savannah Country Day beats Savannah Christian 31-24. Savannah Country Day stays home. Savannah Christian's got to go on the road. In Giza, St. Andrews homecoming beats Notre Dame Academy 42-0. And Memorial Day School travels out to Robert Toombs, loses 65-30. All right, quickly. I want to get out here at 9:07 so I can be on track, keep my guests all lined up. So I got 3 minutes to go. Playoff schedule. Next Friday night. Now, it could be Friday night or Saturday night. That's the only weekend that Georgia High School lets the playoffs play on a Friday or Saturday night. So where they're playing, I don't know. All games should start at 7:30. but Effingham County in 6A travels to Westlake. Okay, North Atlanta comes in and takes on Richmond Hill. That's Friday night, 6A. 4A, Doherty comes in and takes on Jenkins. New Hampstead travels to Cairo. The number 1 seed, Benedictine, will host Thomas County Central, and Islands travels out to Bainbridge. In 3A, Windsor Forest goes to Appling County. Johnson goes to Pierce County. In 1A private, Mount Des Sales comes in and takes on Calvary. Stratford Academy comes in to take on Savannah Country Day, and Christian goes on to play Tatland Square. Cross country, congratulations to the Lady Panthers. Savannah Arts Academy. The Lady Panthers finished finished second in the Georgia High School State 3A cross country championships yesterday. Yesterday was 3A, 4A, and I think 2A. Today it'll be 1A, public and private, 7A, and I think 6A. That's all going to take place at Carrollton. They'll be there today. So St. Vincent, Savannah Christian Country Day, Richmond Hill, Effingham County, South Effingham, they'll all be running today. So cross country, congratulations to the Savannah Arts Academy, Lady Panthers, okay, finishing second in state. Margaret Wade, okay, took a third place with a strong run of 1955. Westminster's girls got the title. They beat Savannah Arts Academy 43-61 in points. Savannah Arts Academy kept this close, but the fifth runner for both teams went to Westminster, okay? Here it is. Margaret Wade was third. Lyric Olson, Ava Coffey finished 8th and 9th, and Ella Harwood finished 12th. In 3A, boys finished. The top boys finisher was Savannah Arts Academy runner Brogan Steele. He finished 7th. And in 4A, the top Benedictine runner was John Donaldson. Only a freshman finished 13th. And BC as a team finished 12th. Savannah Arts Academy boys as a team finished 13th. All right, I'm going to a commercial break to keep this on track. We'll come back. We'll talk all about the news and notes later on. Rock and roll marathons going on. Stay warm. Stay out of the rain. It's not going to happen today. We'll be right back after I thank my sponsors. This is the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner every Saturday morning, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be back in 3 minutes with picking the winners and talking Georgia Bulldog football with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
All-time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies. Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, Come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday live from Coach's Corner, because I'm part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're strong. We're going big. Don't forget, Wednesday nights, we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, talking all NASCAR. And from what I was watching, there's a lot of fights going on in NASCAR again. Lawrence Bennett is the producer. He's also the man that helped John Henderson help save Run of Our Own and raise over $35,000, not miles. He probably felt like he went 35,000 miles, but they did a good job. Thank the community for donating. It goes to help save One of Our Own, an organization that's been around Savannah for 30 years. Last year, Becca Spears here at Coach's Corner, young girl, 34 years old, came down with a stroke. And Coach's Corner and Help Save One of Our Own helped her with the cause. I think they donated like $60,000 to that young lady to help her with her rehab. So you got to love it. All right. This is where we talk Georgia Bulldog football with the man himself. He's one of the biggest fanatics going. He loves Georgia football. He went to Georgia, and that's, of course, the columnist Stephen Elmo Weeks. And he also picks 5 games against the spread. I know he's a little behind. I think he's 18-27. But you know what? Picking the spread is pretty tough. He loves what he's doing, and he does a great job. So, once again, it's pre-recorded because the man has to go to is out there with his family. They're doing things. All right. I'm going to stop
being
that.
ranked number 1 in the
Hold it. Let me go back to where I was. All right. I got to remove that. There we go. You got to love technology. I'm a one-man show. I'm the producer. I'm the host. I got to go get the information. But anyway, he picks 5 games, and he tells you what his thoughts about each game. We're going to start out with talking about Georgia against Florida. Little tough week after Georgia won for the Bulldogs because of what happened with one of their players. So picking the winners and talking Georgia Bulldog football. It's pre-recorded, but it's no other than with the man on the Coach's Corner hot seat, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
football playoff rankings was outstanding. Unfortunately, got some very disturbing and unfortunate news. At the end of the week, one of the Georgia defensive players has been accused of a very serious crime. And, I don't know how you feel, Carl, but when that kind of thing happens, I don't really care about football anymore. It's hard. That's my alma mater, first of all. I went to the University of Georgia. I graduated in 95. And anytime that kind of news comes out, football becomes secondary. I think they'll beat Missouri as long as they get off the bus. But, really disturbing news from out of the football program. Just disgraceful. If that happened, not only Mr. Anderson, but anybody who was at that party had any knowledge of what happened needs to be, immediately removed from the University of Georgia and dealt with by the appropriate authorities. It's so, like I said, a little bit of a mixed bag this week. Great week, winning in Jacksonville in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, which was really not much of a contest this year, and certainly great news being ranked number 1. But if this thing turns out to be true about Adam Anderson, all of that becomes secondary, and we start to think about praying for the young woman who is involved and her family, and I'm a big sports fan and I love the Dogs, but that to me is a man with 2 daughters and 2 sons. That stuff it trumps football, and it's way more important.
Big time. So what happened to be a great weekend, a great festivity.
Right.
Now there's always one time during the year, and it doesn't matter who's head coach of Georgia.
Nope.
One of these football players always makes a mistake, the wrong choice. And you know what? What hurts the most is that they got so much going for them. And like you said, it's more than just the football game now. It's more about the young lady's life. And like you said, this kid, I mean, he's still denying it up and down that he didn't do it. But you know what? It still puts a damper on the program. The program, Kirby Smart came out and suspended him. Yep. So we're just gonna see what happens now.
I would tell you that, Division I college athletes, Carl, they have a lot of advantages and a lot of perks and a lot of things that other young people, they have a lot of pressure on them as well. But
True.
At some point, the sport, the sports industry, the college athletics industry has got to take a look at the number of really pretty inexcusable crimes that happen every year in college athletics and determine if there's a way to mitigate that or eliminate that, because we all love college sports, love college basketball. I love college baseball, basketball, football. It's college golf. I love watching it. And I know that 99% or something of those kids are just hardworking, tremendously gifted athletes who do the right thing and treat people well. But boy, that 1 or 2% really casts a dark cloud over the whole thing. Because at the end of the day, these are just games. Yeah, these coaches are paid a lot of money, and that's fine. To whatever degree the market says they should be paid that. But you're talking about, people, young women at LSU, Baylor, now Georgia, other places whose lives have been irrevocably scarred by these college athletes. And I think there has to be more effort, more resources put into preventing this stuff. And I don't know the answer. I don't think you do. And I don't think any one person does, but I think it's got to be a systemic focus on changing the culture, changing the mentality. One thing I will say about the University of Georgia, I love the football program. Kirby Smart's a great coach. He's a great recruiter. Football is a aggressive, sport that rewards the type A mentality, the hard-driven, hard work, all that stuff, right?
Right.
It's necessary to be successful in such a punishing game, such a punishing sport.
Yep.
But I think we've got to put more resources into preventing, because like you said, that kid's going to deny it. There's going to be some he said, she said. But at the end of the day, something happened. Whether it was illegal or not will be determined by the courts, but it damn sure wasn't on the up and up.
Right.
Whatever the courts decide is going to be one thing, but I can tell you right now, whatever happened in that apartment, whatever happened between those two people, wasn't right.
Right.
There's a difference between illegal and right. Something went haywire. Bad decisions were made. And I don't know, man. We got to put more resources into figuring out how to help these young athletes with the world at their fingertips make better choices. Don't put yourself in this position. Don't put other people in this position. Adam Anderson now through a selfish, potentially criminal act, he's hurting 100 other kids,
right,
that are doing the right thing, that are not doing anything wrong. Because as well as I do, those guys are going to have trouble focusing this week on the thing they want to focus on. Coaching staff is also going to have trouble because, that it's just more important. I'm sorry. It's more important than a football game against Missouri. It's more important than an SEC championship. It just is. So, yeah, I think Georgia will beat Missouri. Missouri stinks. But that almost, to me, right this minute, probably doesn't matter quite as much as just hoping for an outcome, for the people involved in that thing that they can move on and move to get to a healthier spot.
All right. So Missouri, five touchdown underdogs. We'll see what happens. All right. Yeah. So let's get off that. We'll go now to picking the winners.
Okay.
The columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. We're going to kick it off with Ohio State versus Nebraska.
Yes. All right. Nebraska in games against good teams has played really well. In games against bad teams, they've played really badly. They've lost to Illinois. They got beat by Minnesota. However, they outplayed Michigan. They outplayed Michigan State. And they outplayed Oklahoma. They did lose. They lost the games. But they played better. They played a lot better than the final score. At some point, this thing's going to happen. At some point, Nebraska's going to figure out a way to get one win for Scott Frost. I don't think they'll beat Ohio State. I think they'll do the same thing they always do. They'll play good. They'll give them hell, and then they'll lose. But I'll take the 14.5 against the Buckeyes. Ohio State had a really tough, physical, bloodbath of a game against Penn State last week in the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio. Now they got to pack the bus up and go over to Nebraska, where, let's face it, this is all Nebraska has. This is it. They're not going to a bowl game.
Nope.
Their coach is maybe going to get fired. This is it. This is the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl, the World Series, go Braves, and the NBA championship all rolled into one. This is all they got. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at them. They're going to do everything they can to win this football game. So I'm going to take Nebraska plus 14.5 versus Ohio State.
Like I said, I like that pick because, like you said, Nebraska's got nothing to lose. Coach Frost is could be on his way out, so the boys are going to rally the wagons and play for the Cornhuskers. So we'll see what happens.
When you look at the 3 games that Nebraska's played against top-ranked teams, and they played 3, right? They played 3 teams in top 10. They lost by 3 to each one. So here's another team coming in top 10. Let's go lose by 3.
All right. Game number 2, the battle of Tar Heel Nation and Carolina and South Carolina. Now the whole Southeast right here. Wake Forest gets no respect. I call them the Rodney Dangerfield of college football. Well, we could say Cincinnati too, but it's North Carolina versus Wake Forest. North Carolina getting given the points, right?
North Carolina. So here's Wake Forest is in the top 10. They're undefeated.
Yep.
And they have maybe the worst defense in the United States, right? They don't stop anybody. Nobody ever stops anybody.
Right.
North Carolina, the most overrated team in the preseason by leaps and bounds, right?
Right.
They've had a disappointing season. They actually they got me a win last week because they folded up against Notre Dame. So this is the one I think North Carolina gets because Wake Forest has no way to stop Sam Howell. Wake Forest can play 14 players on defense, and they're still not going to stop North Carolina. North Carolina's at home. They didn't play as badly as it looked last week against Notre Dame. They actually had like a reasonable chance to win that game. Wake Forest is just overdue to lose a game. They gave up 56 to Army and won. They did one of those things with Louisville. So they gave up 38 and won. I mean, they give up just astronomical amounts of yards and points and still win. And I think North Carolina, while not good on defense, has enough defense to maybe stop them once or twice. And I don't think Wake Forest, unless something changes dramatically, I don't think Wake Forest stops North Carolina at all. And, I mean, barring an injury to Sam Howell, I think North Carolina puts up a 50-burger here. And in this case, now 56 wasn't enough for Army. I think it's enough. I think it's enough for North Carolina to to take down the undefeated Wake Forest Demon Deacons. So let's go Tar Heels -2.5 at home versus Wake Forest.
Sam Hartman against Sam Howell. It's going to be pretty.
The two Sams, the dueling Sams.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
It will. It's going to be great. Honestly, it'll be one of the more fun games of the weekend because
to watch.
Everybody scores on every possession. They're going to throw a bunch. Wake Forest complete bomb after bomb after bomb, and North Carolina can't stop that. But North Carolina does a lot of cool things. Howell runs and throws and does shovel passes and everything. So it's going to be like a, 62-56, but I think North Carolina gets it done.
All right, so let's go, a little over to Mississippi where we got Liberty, the Flames, coming in, taking on the Ole Miss Rebels.
A lot of preseason hype for Liberty, and they're pretty good.
Right.
Ole Miss has dropped a couple a few weeks ago. Ole Miss was, oh my gosh, can Ole Miss maybe sneak into the back door of the SEC champ? Well, no, they're not going to do that because they still don't play defense either. But Ole Miss is an SEC football team. They're at home. They're licking their wounds. They lost a game that probably got away from them a little bit. And Lane Kiffin's a pretty good football coach. I think he's got those guys. He's going to have them ready to go. And I just don't think Liberty has the dudes to play with Ole Miss. Now, Liberty's got nothing to lose. They're going to come in and throw the kitchen sink at them. Malik Willis, former Auburn player, transferred in. Hugh Freeze, all that. Yeah, he's probably going to get his. But this is another one of those situations where Ole Miss should be able to hang 70 on them if they need to. And I don't think 9.5 is enough. I think you could be looking at, first of all, Ole Miss is going to try to work out some aggression. Losing a game last week, they maybe shouldn't have lost. I think it's one of those things where Liberty will probably hang around them for a little while. Ole Miss goes to a gear that Liberty doesn't have and wins something, 56-35 or something like that. Liberty's going to score. They're certainly. By the way, in that North Carolina game and this game, the over is the real winner here. They're all Ole Miss and Liberty are going to score 100 points between. I don't have a doubt in my mind. Yeah. But I just think
Wake Forest, North Carolina.
No, they're going to score.
Ole Miss and Liberty. I mean, you take the over.
You add these two things up, right? You're going to have 110 some way, somehow. Somebody's going to score a lot. And Ole Miss, I think, is just going to score a lot more than Liberty. And Ole Miss's defense isn't that bad.
City had to go make
they're better than they were last year. They're still not good.
Right.
But I like the Rebels at home -9.5 over the Flames.
All right, this one has a lot of implications. Game number 4, okay? You got it. Texas A&M coming against Auburn. Texas A&M has the upper hand in the SEC West over Alabama. Auburn's got to still get by Texas A&M and Alabama. So there's a lot of implications in this game, and it should be a barn burner.
Man, I tell you, a couple of weeks ago, everybody's like, "Oh, Auburn's so disappointing, and Bo Nix is no good." And, they come out and they win a game, and now, okay, wait, Auburn's going to knock out Texas A&M and Alabama, and they're going to go to the – no, they're not. I think Texas A&M, ever since that Alabama win, Zach Calzada looks fantastic. The defense was never bad. The defense has always been good. I think Texas A&M at home, that place is different. Kyle Field, all the guys in the cannons and the military ROTC and all that. I think it's going to be a. They do a bonfire there before every game, and I think they're gonna put Albie right on top of that bonfire, man. You got to think like Texas A&M beat Alabama, and everybody's talking about Auburn being the team to go to the SEC. And I have to think that Jimbo Fisher and A&M are sitting there going, "Wait a minute, man, we beat Alabama. We're the ones that beat Alabama. We're the backup quarterback. We talking about. We're the guys. We're the ones." So I think at home, at Kyle Field, big game atmosphere, 2 ranked teams. I think you might get the Auburn you got against Penn State. We can't throw. We don't run well. We commit a lot of penalties. We jump offside a lot. That feels like more of the real Auburn than what we've seen against some lesser competition. Not taking away anything from Bo Nix. He's had a great couple weeks. Best 2 or 3 weeks of his career. But I don't know. I still think that there's still some of the old Bo Nix in there. And I think Texas A&M knows what they do now. They know what Calzada is. He runs more. They throw differently. and they play really good defense. So I'm going to take Texas A&M minus 4.5 at home against Auburn.
All right, and the last one on the slate, NC State at Florida State, and Florida State is not the same 0-4 team that started the season.
They're not. They played a lot better against Clemson than people know because the final score got weird. They did one of those trickeration things where they tossed the ball over the place. They got picked it up, ran it in. So it ended up being like a 30-17 final score, but that wasn't really it. It was 23-17, and Florida State had the ball, right? So I think Florida State's a good bit better than they were. They've gotten a lot better. Their defense has gotten a lot better. They run the ball now. They don't really throw the ball much at all. Quarterback runs, Jordan Travis. That's a little different thing they did in the beginning of the year. I think Mike Norvell, the coach who came from Memphis, I think he's adjusted to his personnel. He doesn't have a quarterback who can really go out and throw the ball like he likes to throw it. So, okay, let's run. They've always had dudes on defense. They've always had good players on defense. And I think NC State's one of those teams that kind of flamed out. Like they had some huge wins earlier in the season, but they also got hammered by Mississippi State. Yeah. And I don't know if anybody remembers that. Like they went and just got wiped off the field by Mississippi State. That's weird, right? Mississippi State's okay, but you got wiped off the field? Well, I think Florida State's got at least the same kind of dudes that Mississippi State has.
Right.
So I'm thinking Florida State finally gets Norvell his big signature win. I think NC State still is ranked a little bit, like 24, 25. But it just feels like it's time for Florida State to get over the hump. Florida State nearly beat North Carolina, had them absolutely dead to rights, and I don't know, somehow managed to goof that up. They had Clemson dead to rights, managed to goof that up. But now maybe they've learned how to do it, and Jordan Travis and that defense shuts down NC State. I think somewhere along the way, people figured out whatever it is NC State's doing because they're having less success now than they did earlier. So I'll take Seminoles plus 2.5 at home against NC State.
There's a little Savannah flavor in this game, Stephen. On the North Carolina State side, number 6, Jaqueen Harris from Benedictine.
Yep.
Okay. On the offensive line, you got number 54, Ryman Mann from Savannah Christian.
Yep.
Starting. And on the Florida State side, on the outside line, at the outside linebacker, you got number 20, Kalen DeLoach from Islands High School.
Didn't know that Kalen was there. That's fantastic. What a great place for Kalen to be. I just saw today that the basketball player from Windsor Forest commits to Georgetown University. So
Deontay Bass.
Deontay Bass. What a great name. He's going to go score a lot of points up in D.C.
Patrick Ewing came down and visited the good old SAV, and the Georgetown alum got the kid to buy into it, so he's going to wind up acting.
Maybe Horace Broadnax helped that relationship.
I bet you they hung out a little when he was here.
I think they probably did. But man, that's Georgia, Savannah kids all over this Florida State NC State game. That's awesome, and we'll see. I mean, I think Florida State is weird. Like, so I've got Nebraska, I've got Florida State. Two of those teams that, man, you just – football is better when they're good. Football is better when Florida State's good. Football is better when Nebraska's good. And maybe I'm just doing wishful thinking here, but I think it's time for Florida State and Nebraska both to kind of turn a corner. And I don't think Nebraska can win their game, but I think Florida State can win their game. I think Florida State can beat NC State and get a big win. And that probably puts them in a way to be bowl eligible again. Right, with Mike Norvell, which that'd be a pretty big accomplishment after what they've been through, and would probably set them up to come back and do better in recruiting and have a better 2022. So we'll take Nebraska plus 14.5 at home against Ohio State. I'll take North Carolina Tar Heels minus 2.5 versus the, at least for now, undefeated Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Ole Miss minus 9.5 against Liberty. Aggies minus 4.5 against Auburn. And Florida State Seminoles plus 2.5 at home against NC State. All home teams this week, Carl. I'm trying to find some formula that works. Nothing works.
We'll see what happens, but it's been a long week for Georgia fans, but we will go one more time. What do you say in the show? End the segment?
Hey, man, as always, every week, go Dogs, and have a great weekend, have a great show, and we'll see you next week.
Talk to you later. Once again, always a great segment with Stephen Elmo Weeks, talking about Georgia football. Little upset with what's going on, but, big win with Florida. Then, of course, picking his 5 games. And just to reiterate, let me get my notes here. All right, Mr. Weeks. Okay, so here's what we got. Here we go. He's taking Nebraska with the 14.5 points. He's taking North Carolina, giving up 2.5. He's taking Ole Miss, giving up 9.5. Texas A&M giving them 4.5 versus Auburn's, and Florida State getting 2.5 against NC State. A lot of fun. 18-27 going into this week, so we'll see what happens. 3 minutes. Next up, you got to be excited about this every week. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man has been a phenom on the football field all year. He's been honored by the Savannah Quarterback Club. Another great game, over 200 yards against New Hampstead, and a big comeback win. We'll be talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Jenkins High School, junior running back Josh Pridgen. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Josh is in the waiting room. Hang in there, buddy. 3 more minutes, I promise you.
All-time best Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back. That's my next guest. My next guest. My next guest is waiting patiently in the back waiting room of my show, and it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday morning here from Coach's Corner Live. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Wednesday nights, we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man. Check it out. Great show. It's on YouTube. Rubbin' and Grubbin'. All right. This is what's fun about this show. This is why I started doing all this stuff, is because the Athlete of the Week. And the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Dr. Bart Wetherington and Lisa Wetherington have been with me since day one. I mean, this young man, let me tell you, on 10/29, 2 weeks ago, all right, the Warriors rallied from a 22-point deficit to upset New Hampstead 34-28. Nobody thought that Jenkins could beat them, okay? It was a pivotal 3-4A match, Region 3, Class 4A, because the winner got the second seed and gets to stay home next week in the playoffs. And that's exactly what Jenkins did. They came back from 22 points to beat him. This young man ran for 214 yards, 3 touchdowns, 28 yards in the closing moments of the game to put New Hampstead up. But that's not only the only big game he's had. Okay, against Beach on October 8th, 16 carries, 138 yards with a touchdown. All right, Benedictine, let me go back. That was Benedictine. On 10-8 against Benedictine, 16 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown. Against Beach, 18 carries, 165 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, of course, the last time they played on October 29th, Halloween weekend, against New Hampstead, 24 carries, 214 yards, 3 touchdowns. And that's why Josh Pridgen from HV Jenkins High School is this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I got to appreciate you, Josh, hanging in there. It always goes a little long with Stephen Elmo weeks because, he's a sports writer. So, he wants to be really thorough. But once again, great season, great game. And you guys did it. I mean, you're playing home in the playoffs. How does that feel? Josh, you got to turn your microphone on. All right, turn it on again. There we go. I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right, we got a little technical difficulty. I can't hear Josh. I don't know if it's the internet. He just froze. Josh, if you do it on your laptop, you also could try to do it on your phone. I'm going to text you the link on your phone. Okay. So let me get to it. I got to send it to myself. Hang in there, people. I'm trying to hook back up with Josh Pridgen, our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I'm trying to. Right now, we have technical difficulty. All right, I'm trying to send myself the link so I can send it through him through the phone. So just bear with me. You got to love live radio, live internet. Because I miss this kid. This kid's been having an unbelievable year for the Warriors. All right, so let me get this to myself. It's taking a couple minutes, but we're going live here at Coach's Corner. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I'm trying to hook up with Josh Pridgen from Jenkins High School. Right now we're having technical difficulties with the internet, so I'm going to send it to him so he could maybe do it on his phone. All right, so let's see. Josh, you back? Can you hear me, Josh? There you go. I can hear you. Say it again.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
It's not you. It's the internet, so don't feel bad. But once again, great season so far. Great games. 2 games over 200. I think you're like at 917 yards. Hopefully you'll break that 1,000 mark next week in the playoffs. But once again, great job, and congratulations on having a great year.
All right, thank you.
All right, it's freezing again. Can you hear me now? Are you on a laptop or are you on your phone? Are you on your laptop or on a phone?
I'm on my phone right now.
All right, that's we're getting better. So tell us, how's this year going? Did you expect to have so much success?
No, I did not, but I felt that I need to prove something. I feel like I did that at the moment. So right now I feel good. I feel like I can do more right now.
All right, well, you've been a standout all season on the gridiron. Savannah Quarterback Club honored you for your first 200-yard rushing game. 207 yards was the first rushing game. So when did you start playing sports, and when did you pick up the pigskin, play football?
You take me back like fall 2009. I was at age 5. I started playing Little League football, Savannah Gators, I believe. And then I transferred like to 2 other teams, Forsyth Flames, and went to the Savannah Falcons. Ended up going undefeated with them for like a late. I was around like 12 years old. So a good.
And where'd you play middle school football?
Say it again.
Where did you play middle school football?
My team.
I lost you right there. What'd you say?
Myers. Leroy Myers.
Myers. Okay, so over there for the Gators. So you started with the Gators,
Myers,
middle school with the Gators. You went around the block to Jenkins High School. So, I mean, you're running the ball all over the place. You're catching the ball. If I had asked Coach Welch what your best football skill is for Josh, what would he tell me?
And I could probably adapt to any situation that we're in. And I can find any hole in any situation. That'd probably be it. Those are probably the best ones I can think of right now.
Well, I mean, it's working because you're having a heck of a season. And, every athlete goes through a routine to make themselves bigger, faster, stronger, or better. What's your routine to make yourself a better football player? We got a little lag in the internet here today. I didn't hear you answer, Johnson. I can hear you now. Did you get that last question?
I stay calm and collected. Yes, sir. I stay calm and collected, and I stay in the weight room. Make sure I don't stress too much about anything either.
So, all right. Do you play any other sports?
I play basketball. I could play baseball a little bit. I'm thinking about doing track upcoming. I could play a little bit of soccer as well, and tennis.
So what's your favorite? So I guess your favorite sport would be football then, eh?
Yeah, nah, it's basketball. I love basketball.
Oh,
I love basketball.
So I got to coach against you. So I got to make a little note of that. So Coach Hines, if you're watching, Josh is on that basketball team. I got to make sure I stop this guy because he's pretty quick on the football field. You play for the Warriors too, right?
Sir.
All right. So
the basketball team, I haven't done that though.
Okay, so you like basketball, you're excelling in football. What's something people don't know about Josh Pridgen as far as a person, as far as a student, besides accomplishments?
That's a good question. That's one of the questions. I can't really answer that in my background really, because I'm really quiet. I don't like to talk much. I stay calm, collected, stay low. That's maybe it. Because maybe when people see me, they really don't see me talking. They see me calm. But I'm a real cool person. I like to talk about a lot of things. So
nice. And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're here at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from HV Jenkins High School junior running back. So we'll get a chance to watch him next year. I'm going to get a chance to watch him twice on the basketball court too. And that's Josh Pridgen. All right. So kids grow up. You look up to the athletes you see in college, or you see athletes in the pros. You might even have some other role model in your life so far. Who's been a role model that you tried to, live up to, or take their characteristics?
I want to say Saquon Barkley, because a lot of people on the football team say I can relate to him. I play just like him. But I have role models in my family, following my father and some grandparents too, because they're some real hardworking men. Other than athlete-wise, it has to be Saquon Barkley, probably Bo Jackson, because he good. But I really can't get into it. I really don't have role models. I see it, but I have I can follow behind their footsteps though.
Picking up characteristics from athletes is great. Your parents, your father. I met your father, really, really good guy, and he's really, really behind you. So, and then of course, you got to remember your grandparents, because that's where it's all started. So, all right, What is your favorite memory so far on the gridiron playing football for Jenkins High School?
That's my 2019 class. We were defeated, and we also went to the Final Four. We lost to Chris County in the upset. But that whole season was a good experience. That fun. That I really do miss. Got some players on that team as well. Akila and Dawson and Derek. That whole season was my favorite memory. So the 22 comeback against Hampstead, because that was a good, exciting night.
Well, you know, you're playing at Jenkins High School. The Warriors have always been in the thick of things lately. You played for Coach Cameron. You played for Coach Clemens. Now you got Coach Welts. Tell us what it's like playing at Jenkins High School and playing for those guys.
It's real good. Starting off with Coach Cameron, that was a good coach. He really set me up the field for the whole organization, all of that. Coach Clemens, he's changed it up a little bit. Coach Welch, he came back and with a wing team offense. And the whole experience at Jenkins is real good, but it's the fact that changing 3 coaches in 3 years, that was hard to adjust to. But every single coach I had, they were a good man. They knew what they were doing. They tried to help. We all love them.
And let's take your classmates, the seniors going out. Give a shout out to some of your Jenkins Warriors that you feel are really excelling this year, besides you.
Trey Brown, Ashton, some good. You got Vince, Snoop, Nardo. All some good players. We're gonna miss them. What do you say that?
All right. So you said your father, your grandparents on you. I just missed you. You said your father, your grandparents are role models. How has your family support made you a better student athlete?
They back me up no matter what. Yeah, when I need it, I was going the way even after they are that me sideline, meet me after the games. We always talk about what could be better, what I could did better. That support is great. I love them no matter what. But they really know what they're talking about when it comes off the sports and know how to help me and all of that. Really, nice, my father's side too, right, and my mom. They really know what they're doing.
Can't forget about mom.
You can't forget about her.
All right, so next level. Any interest in playing college? Is it going to be football, basketball? Any interest?
Football. I want to play football in college. I do.
Okay. Any bites yet? Anybody looking at you? Anybody contact you yet?
I didn't receive any offers yet. I didn't get no one to talk to me yet. Not that I know of. Sadly.
Well, it'll happen. Believe me, with your talent, it will happen. So just a question here. So you finish high school, you're at college. Any profession, any job you're interested in later on after football and athletics and college is over?
I want to be a businessman. I really do like shoes and fashion. I want to get in that category, possibly try to make some shoes, make some good clothing. Or I might just sit down, relax. I really don't know yet. I can't talk too much about it. The fashion industry and shoe design is my main focus that I know of right now.
Yeah, it's, not most students who graduate know what they want to do when they get into college. But, Josh, you're having an unbelievable season. I can't wait to watch you play next week. I'll have some free time to come over there and watch you guys play. It's at home. Wish you the best of luck and keep it going, buddy, because, you're tearing up the gridiron this year, and you got one more year to go, and hopefully good things will come to you. And that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Hey, thanks for sticking with it. I know we had some internet troubles. The weather's horrible, but good luck. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, good kid. I met him at the Savannah Quarterback Club way back when he got the award back in September. You could tell he's dedicated, you could tell he's motivated, you could tell his father's and his family's behind him. So, like I said, 138 yards against BC, 165 yards against Beach, 214 yards against New Hampstead, and I forget who it was. He ran for like 207 yards that first game. In the last 4 weeks, he scored 7 touchdowns for the Warriors. So the Warriors play home next week in the first round of playoffs. So we'll see what Josh does. All right, next up, got to talk about it. He's back. The Savannah Bananas got the shark, Mark Ediss, for another 2 years. So stay tuned. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, every Saturday morning live here at Coach's Corner.
All-time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live here at Coach's Corner. Hey, the last 3 weeks, I was up on the the Coach's Corner, Braves TEEPEE Pavilion. It was a lot of fun, but as we know, Tuesday night, the Braves won. So the TEEPEE's down. It's still outside. It hasn't gone away yet, but it's down. John Henderson and his crew, Lawrence Bennett, the rest of the guys that were Sean and Herb, just a great job raising over 30. Now I hear it's up to $37,000 for help save one of our own. And once again, you can still come in and make a donation, but it was a lot of fun. And once again, you want to meet the biggest Braves fan you can think of? John Henderson. I might be able to hook him up for the last segment of the show, but I got to talk about this. He's back. That's right. He's back. The Savannah Bananas hooked Mark Ediss, the Shark, for another 2 years, and it was a lot of fun talking about it, so I had to bring him on. But like Stephen Elmo Weeks, he had an appointment or something to do with his family today, so we pre-recorded it. So here it is. The Shark. He's coming back.
Baseball needs to be fun. They need personalities like you that get the fans. And what's up, sports fans? It's the coach. Like I've been saying every Saturday, it's getting tougher and tougher to get these guys to come in, but it's a lot of fun. So once again, if you haven't been following the big news, the man is back. The man is back at Grayson Stadium. He makes the place move. He makes it jive. He brings the energy. It's what it's all about. Savannah Bananas. It's all about the fun. And you get there, and this guy leads the crowd. He does it. He'll probably make you even eat bananas if he wanted you to. But joining you now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the man himself, the Shark, Mark Ediss. What's up, boys? How's it going?
It's going good, man. Thank you very much for the kind announcement. That was very cool. Yeah, man, I can't even tell you how exciting it is. We talked at the end of last year. Sorry, I'm getting choked up already. You probably were one of the first people that I told that I was probably not coming back, and I had a bunch of reasons for that. My family being number one, and the fact that I live and work in Brunswick now, which is not very close to the ballpark, as you know, it's like an hour and 15 minutes each way. But, we had a really good conversation, Jesse and I and Jared, and we're on a rocket ship up with the Bananas. Like, it's not stopping anytime soon. And so I'm so excited to be back, man. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I've told you a million times, the first time I heard you in that booth and I was sitting right next to you and you will blow me away, that's what it was all about. I mean, baseball needs to be fun. They need personalities like you that get the fans into the game. And you've been doing it for a long time now. How many years now have you been with the Bananas?
Well, just wrapped up season number 6. And as the announcement was made yesterday, I'm back for at least 2 more years. And so, like I said, without my wife, Sarah, and my son, Ben's okay with it. I mean, I made sure to run it by them. They're number one important to me as far as the support. And if they had any issues with me coming back, I wouldn't have. But luckily, my wife is amazing. Her support, she knows she knows how much I love what I do. Ben as well, my son, my 11-year-old. And so as I put, my quote in the story that Biko released yesterday is so true. Like, I can't even thank my wife enough and my son enough because it is sacrificing time with them. And maybe that's why she said, okay, get out of my face for a little while. But honestly, I mean, I couldn't do what I do on a nightly basis at the ballpark without the full support of my wife, Sarah, and my son, and my other son who's up at Kennesaw. But I mean, honestly, it's all about family for me. And they love that I love what I do, and they're letting me do it again. So, yeah, to say I'm excited to be coming back is an understatement. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as I also said, there are so many amazing things that are happening with this team right now. We got the World Tour going on. We are, last year we were in Mobile, and this year we're in other cities that are, I think we're at 7 different cities now, or 6. Incredible. And I'm going to try not to start the game with take me out to the ball game again. Happen again. By the way, that was not planned. Put that on the record. I think we've discussed that was not planned. I totally screwed up, but I'm glad everybody thought it was a big part of the show. It was so much fun.
Why can't we start the game with take me out to the ball game?
What's funny about that whole situation, and I think about that whole situation a lot because I was so embarrassed. And Biko was right next to me when I started counting down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I started singing. The funny part about that thing is, Carl, that people started singing it. All the people in the stadium started singing "Take Me Out," like it was supposed to happen. And I hear Jesse in my ear saying, "No, Shark, no, national anthem," and I just say. But the fact that people started singing it like it was supposed to happen, I think you're onto something. We just need to change the national anthem to "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
I mean, we do "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" to start the game.
Yeah.
Then we come back with the national anthem. And the seventh inning, Sweet Caroline. I mean, the Bananas could probably come something different than that.
I'm down.
Because the Red Sox have already coined that, but that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I mean, to piggyback off what we're talking about, these World Tour cities have no idea what they got coming to them.
Oh, they don't.
So that was a factor. Like, I just thought about all the great things that the team's got going on, and to be a part of that and to be a part of what's happening in the future with the squad. I mean, I think I've said this to everybody I've ever talked to about, the Bananas and my involvement in it. I can't imagine not doing it. Does that make any sense? Like, I can't, and it doesn't seem right for anybody else to do that job. I love it so much. And I really feel like and the fans are incredible. When they released yesterday that I was coming back, a bit overwhelmed by the response of people that were excited about it. Like, that's a huge, I take this responsibility so seriously. And so to get the response that we got yesterday was incredible. But yeah, I'm happy to be back, man. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's unbelievable, you being there, having a lot of fun. Now, when we first started doing this together, I was doing the internet. I'm not as good as Biko, so I can understand that. But how did this, I would call you the in-stadium personality. I mean, you had very simple things going on, but now you got this board going on. You got 50,000 songs. I mean, my favorite is Radio Gaga, but I'm not saying that because I'm an old guy. I grew up with a radio, transistor radio. But how did this evolve for you? How did you put this, I guess, program or sequence together that you do?
Well, so I think we discussed when I first got hired for this job way back in 2016. I don't think anybody really knew what this was going to turn into, but and I've told this story a lot. When Jesse said, "Hey, Shark, you need to play music," there shouldn't be any dead air anywhere. And that's kind of my, with being in radio full time, dead air is like the thing you have nightmares the most about. But I also, as a baseball purist, when he told me, you need to play some kind of song for the visiting team when they walk up and something during their at bats, and I was just kind of like, you don't want to pump up the other team. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. But I was thinking of it from the baseball standpoint, not the entertainment standpoint, not the people in the crowd who, while we do have purists as baseball fans that come to Bananas games, as you're well aware, they're more about our entertainment value, what we bring. So it took me a second to really say, okay, baseball purists aside, I don't want there to be any kind of, using the term crickets at all. I want everything, if there's a catcher, pitcher meeting at the mound for the visiting team, or even our team, I want to have something, either funny playing or just some kind of pumped up music playing. It's always a party in the stands as far as I'm concerned. So I always need to be ready with something. And to answer your question, it's gone from maybe a couple pages of stuff, Bananas lineup and visiting team lineup songs and this, that, and the other, different sound effects for when they strike out and I can clown on the other team, to now I've got literally A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 10 different pages full of sound effects that I get to pull from that honestly I've already started adding on to. Like, I also need to kind of keep things fresh, right? So
yes,
I'm always looking for sound clips. Right now my flavor of the month is getting clips from Ted Lasso to play because there's a ton of that show. So you're going to hear different things this year coming up that I've, and I have my normal favorites and I'm never going to get rid of the different strikeout things. But, like with anything, I need to evolve into different things. And so, yeah, Ted Lasso is one of them. I hear a bunch of stuff from that show is just so amazing on the sound bite level. There's so many things to take from that I can incorporate to things that happen during a Bananas game and the show. But yeah, it's not easy work. I'm not.
Oh, it's not.
Myself on the back here, but I take it so serious. I want to make sure that I'm making somebody, especially if it's somebody's first game. Jesse's thing is it's always somebody's first game.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, I got to make sure that I'm keeping stuff fresh. I want to make sure that, like I said, there's still going to be the old classics that I'm never getting rid of, and they'll always be there, for my games. But I want to make sure I'm incorporating something new and something funny that, somebody strikes out, I hit a little song or a clip or whatever the case may be. But for any of the things that we do, and it's a bunch of craziness that we do, the music aspect to me is a very important part of that. And that's what I love it, man. I mean, it's just a feel that I have. I love just that playoff run last year and the championship run. Part of the fun in that was the celebrations. Every time we score a run, the guys would come in the crowd, and the music that I get to play, and it's just I can't tell you how exciting it is. And Carl, yesterday when they announced, I had 4 players from this past year's team message back and saying, "Hey, did I just read that right? You're coming back?" And they're like, "That was cool to me. That tells me I make an impact on them guys too." I can't be happier to be going back there.
Well, you make an impact on the fans too, because everybody knows who the Shark is. The guy from Philadelphia who loves his Phillies cheesesteak. So if you just joined in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's Saturday morning, but this is pre-recorded because Shark has a previous engagement, and we're talking about him re-upping with the Bananas. So, and I told you I wouldn't keep him more than 12 minutes. We got 2 minutes to go. This is your 2-minute drill.
All right, let's go.
What has been so special about the Bananas to Mark Ediss?
Fans, number one to me, because as you said, I didn't take them for granted, but I didn't realize the amount of impact I have on them. And it wasn't lost on me, but maybe it was lost on me a little bit. The fans are number one, man. They're incredible. But also, as I put in the press release, like these guys that I'm, Jesse, Jared, Emily, and the rest of the crew, like everybody there is family to me. I've been a part of that. It's hard to think about 6 years ago when I auditioned, that I wouldn't let anybody else audition. Number one, they've literally become family, and so they've been with me when my dad passed 5 years ago. They were just with me now when my mom passed away, and so I don't just work for the Bananas. I am a Banana. Like I'm family. We are family, and so that to me was another hard decision to make when I was going to walk away, and then the fact that I'm back for at least 2 more years. So the importance to me is the fans, obviously, because they are what makes the Bananas great, but the family environment that I work in with these guys, and they have my back no matter what, and that's a pretty neat thing. So not only they're legitimately great, that means
hey, if you got boss that loves you like a family member and treats you like a family member, there's no better job. It's not a job.
Nope.
It's not a job at all.
But I'm ready to rock and roll. And like I said, these World Tour cities that we're coming to, they don't have any idea what they got in store. I am so excited, and places I've never been either. So that's the cool part of it. My family's going to travel with me, so I cannot wait. But Grayson Stadium, man, I mean there's nowhere better to get the crowd pumped up, and when that place is rocking, man, there's not a better place in the country, and I'm lucky to be able to be the maestro, as you call me.
You bring that old ballpark to life with what you do behind the mic, and people don't realize that the show's great. You interact with the show. The show is built. You guys are built together. It's not Shark doing his own thing, and then it's all comes together, and you do a great job. And I'll tell you right this now. I know you're a good friend of mine now, but you know what? It wouldn't be the same without you there, buddy.
I appreciate that very much, Mr. Carl. Thank you. I love what I do, and I think that's what I hope comes through the most when you're at the ballpark. I hope you can hear it.
Now remember, Take Me Out the Ballpark starts the game, then the Star Spangled Banner, and they get a new tune for that 7th inning stretch.
I think I am down with that plan. We just got to get Jesse on board.
Mr. Creative, tell him. It'll shock everybody.
But then if I mess up and start singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," it won't be as fun. So I don't hate your idea. I kind of like it. I think I'm down for that.
Hey, all I got to say is congratulations. The fans love it. We love you here in Savannah. Keep on going strong. And anytime you want to go for a Phillies cheesesteak, I'll take you to Rockies.
I'm down. What's up, dude?
Let me know when.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, man. I'll see you at the ballpark real soon. All right.
Hey, love listening to you every morning too.
Yeah, might as well shout myself out. I'm on 92.7 SSI in St. Simons in Brunswick, Georgia. 6 to 9 in the morning. You can stream me on 927ssi.com. Just hit the play button.
And you know what I do? I just go to TuneIn Radio, and it's one of my favorites.
There you go. And tell Alexa to play WSSI. You can totally do that too. Thank you, Barrett. Carl, I appreciate you, man. I love you, brother.
Hey, Shark, keep going Bananas.
Always.
Talk to you later.
Take care, man.
Just a great guy. Loves Savannah, Georgia. Loves the Bananas. He's what makes that whole old ballpark go live. And we're going to go right into my next guest, because why not? Shark brings it to life. This man has had his baseball camp I think, for at least 16 straight years at the stadium. And it's the Sycamore at the Stadium baseball camp in the middle of November. He's been a part of Grayson Stadium. He was the chaplain for the Savannah Nets. But I'm telling you right now, he still loves to give. And like they say, it's better to give than to get. And that's his motto. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the director, the brain, the man that coordinates the Sycamore at the stadium, and it's the 19th year, Jason Rockwell. What's up, brother?
Good morning, dude. Man, I feel a lot of pressure. The brain, man, that's tough to live up to right there. I don't know if I can't do that.
But you are the man behind this whole camp that's been going on for 19 years in the middle of November. And you know what? Sometimes we get great weather. Sometimes we don't get great weather, but you keep it going.
Yeah, it's 19 years. It's crazy to think back, and I always knew I wanted to do a baseball camp. We've talked about this before, and because I went to them as a kid and I loved them, man. I learned a lot. You met some really neat guys, and some guys were current or professional guys, and it was a lot of fun. And growing up, I had a lot of good memories of that. Didn't plan that we would do it how we do it. We use baseball to tell the kids about Jesus, and that's our main function. That's our number one goal. The history of this camp is really his story. And it's been great. It's been awesome to do this. 19 years we've been at Grayson. I think you're right on the head. About 16 years we've been at Grayson Stadium, and blessed that the Bananas allow us to do it every year since they've come in. And we have some good guys coming in this year again, and just looking forward to it.
All right, well, tell the fans who you got coming in. You got some major league players. You got some minor players.
Yeah, we got Wade Rowden's back this year. Wade's been part of the camp in years past, and he's got an interesting story. He played for the Orioles, the Cubs, and the Cincinnati Reds back in the day, and he played for Pete Rose, and he played with Cal Ripken. That says a lot right there, and he has some great stories to tell. But he's back this year. He'll be our infield coach, and he's just a fabulous guy. His wife Rose is coming up here with him this year, so he's back. He's been with us probably about 10 of those 19 years. Makes a drive from DeLand, Florida. And Kevin Morgan is back. He was with us 2 years ago. Kevin was a coach for the Mets in their minor league system for 20 years. And then the Mets went in a different direction. And his story is really interesting, too, where he didn't know what he was going to do. He lost his health insurance because they let him go in October and had no idea what was going to be next. And he landed with the Minnesota Twins, and last year he was their bench coach at the big league level all season long. Yeah. So we call him K-Mo. K-Mo is back, one of my most favorite people on the planet, man. And Cody Carroll is back as one of our pitching coaches. Cody was traded for Zach Britton. He was in the Yankees organization and actually worked out with us in 2018. Yeah, January of 2018, worked out with the homeschool baseball team. Before he went to his first big league spring training with the New York Yankees. And I get to know Cody really well at that time. He and I did a pitching clinic before he left, and just a super guy, humble as can be, 6'5" giant, throws 100 miles an hour. Actually ended up this year with the Miami Marlins organization, and he and his wife Amber Lynn are coming back. So Amber Lynn was Mrs. Tennessee, came in runner-up for Mrs. America. So I guess Cody's like Mr. Tennessee. I don't know. I guess that's how that works.
Yeah, it could be that way. And if you just tune in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live every Saturday from Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking with the director of the Sycamore baseball camp at the stadium, 19th straight year. He does a great job. That's right, baseball camp in the middle of November. So let's tell everybody if they want to come, what they got to do, what the dates are. It's next weekend, so just let them know what's going on.
Yeah, let's go. It's you have to head over to sycamoreatthestadium.com, all spelled out, sycamoreatthestadium.com, and you can sign up there. It's for boys and girls 8 to 12, completely free. Saturday, registration starts at 8:30. We get rolling at 9, and we'll be done around 12:30. We'll have some lunch for the kids. Saturday is our work day, so we have about 7 different stations. We'll be working them out, and then Sunday is our fun day. Registration's at 1:30. We request that if you're coming, you come for both days, because that gives us a good grouping of kids. And that's our day where the kids get between the lines at Grayson. We have a lot of fun. Games start at 2:00. We'll be done by 4, and we'll have a coach message after that. And Carl, we couldn't do this without our sponsor, so I'm gonna do my little NASCAR thing real quick.
It's all you, buddy.
Yeah, man, just unbelievable. I like the term partners better than sponsors, but that's just me. But Keller's Auto has been with us for years. Family Financial Management Group, first time partner this year. So happy to have them on board. The Storeroom, Sunshine Therapy, Coastal Restaurant Supply and Service, and there's a lot more. But those are the ones who really, really support us really well financially. So we can allow this to be free. Kids will get a hat, they'll get a T-shirt. FCA provides Bibles for the kids if they want one. And man, it's my favorite weekend of the year. I chose November because I knew if I was going to get an active big leaguer to come and take part, it has to be after the season. So that's why we do it in November. So we're praying that the weather is not like it is outside my window right now. Next weekend, 13th and 14th, we're praying for good weather and just good times. And let's go.
Well, you know what? You're a man. You believe in what you're doing. You preach what you talk about, and it's better to give than to get. Where can you find a free baseball camp for kids with lunch and a good time with some former Major League Baseball players or current Major League Baseball players? You do a great job, and that's why I love talking about this every year with you. And once again, just keep on reminding the old guy because sometimes I forget.
Thank you for your support, man. You've been great. I mean, for years we've been talking baseball. If it's FCA ball or Coastal Homeschool Baseball or baseball camp, it's kind of what you and I do when we get together. And I thank you so much for your support. You've been great. Hey,
I appreciate it. And you know what they said on Saturday Night Live? Baseball's been very, very good to me. So I can't forget that.
That's right. And heck, it's taken me to Cuba and other places I thought I'd never go. And, using baseball to tell people about Jesus, which, that's kind of been my MO here lately. So, as long as I'm willing and able, the lower back, I can only go maybe an inning and a third now. I can't go 2-3 innings anymore. But, as long as I can get out there, man, let's go. Let's get between the lines.
All right, Jason, I'll be talking to you. Great job next Saturday. I'll post it up on my social media platforms. Keep up the great work and play some ball.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Jason Rockwell does a great job. Free camp, Sycamore at the stadium. Okay, Sycamore at the stadium, spell it out, .com. Sign up, free baseball camp. You get to meet some really great coaches. And, of course, you get to play baseball and talk a little bit about, God and what goes on with how they related to it. Okay, big supporter of Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Next up, got to thank my sponsors one more time. Then we're going to talk to the man himself, the chief of the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion, John Henderson. Stay tuned. You're listening to Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, Come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And you just heard him. Here he is, finishing out the Karl DeMasi Sports Report for Saturday, November 6th. Rainy, damp, ugly weather. Okay, he's going to tell you what I just found out from him. But once again, it's always a pleasure being here with John Henderson, the owner, the director, the man that does everything in this place, Coach's Corner. He'll go cook some burgers for you, too. So, put them on the grill. But for the last 3 weeks, it's been unbelievable here, okay? The Braves made the playoffs, and I think 1995 was the last time this man had to spend every night, every minute here. But he put it up with his buddies, okay, the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion, as I call it, and he made it bigger and larger. But you know what? It was all for a good cause. Helped save one of our own. They raised a ton of money. But anyway, you got some breaking news to tell everybody about the Rock and Roll Marathon.
Well, I just heard from a friend that the marathon has actually been canceled. So they're letting you run the 5K. They're letting you run all the other races, but the actual marathon has been either canceled, postponed, or to that effect. Something.
Yeah, I know. We were discussing off the air in between one of the segments, and it seems like we never get good weather for this.
Well, it seems like they get more bad weather than they have good weather. I mean, one year it was so hot that people were falling out.
People were falling out.
And then this year, of course, rain and cold is really terrible. I feel sorry for all the people who've gone out and spent a lot of money on doing things to be around this marathon that are going to probably lose out.
And supposedly there were 17,000 people signed up.
Well, let's hope they're still here and going to spend some money tonight in all the restaurants and bars downtown because they sure need it.
Oh, bring back the economy. But anyway, First off, all right, let's go with it. Your Braves.
What a year.
What a year.
What about 30 years?
Right? Yeah.
So, what an amazing thing. At first, in the middle of the year, I didn't think I was going to put up the tomahawk or the TP, and was having some sort of drawbacks on it. And then when we got closer and we saw what happened and how they got there with all the injuries and all the new pickups and all the way they got there, it was a no-brainer. We had to do it.
Anthopoulos was unbelievable picking up those guys at the trade deadline. But so you're a diehard Brave fan. You lived here your whole life. I've been here for 26 years. And, I've come down as a Yankee fan, but now I'm really – see it. I love the Braves. I know more about the Braves than I do the Yankees. And, I just noticed with the Braves fans and noticing the Braves, it always starts out slow. And all the Braves fans are so upset and everything else. And I'll go to my recordings. I'll say it right here. I say it every year. Braves fans, don't worry about it. This team in the second half always comes on. And, like I said, Anthopoulos made some great trades and he brought in the whole thing. And then even Freddie Freeman said it, Solar is the MVP and you got Jock Peterson and
Rosario.
Duvall.
It's amazing.
It was amazing how they did it. So,
and it's a testimony of how hard they stuck in there. They believed in each other and they won. And that's what the great thing is. They got World Series championship in Atlanta again. So.
All right. And now this man bleeds red and blue. So tell me what was the most favorite part about this whole thing?
Wow, that's hard to pinpoint. Of course, winning.
Right.
And the celebrations that we had at the NLCS.
Right.
And the celebration we had at the World Series championship were both amazing.
But he's not talking about the celebration they had Tuesday night up on the TEEPEE Pavilion.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you get the big guy to jump in your hot tub and let you pour champagne off him, it's pretty special.
It was wild. We the jacuzzi was definitely the hit of the TEEPEE this year, and everybody got to have some fun with it. And Lawrence, it's in his
Lawrence Bennett.
It's at his house now. It will not be retired. It will be kept alive. So, but no, it was a good time. We had a lot of fun up there. We were grilling every night. We were having some libations. Just a lot of fun. It was like high class camping.
Right.
And we had everything we needed. All the people came by and honked. All the people came by and donated. And
well, before you get to the people who donate, we got to go to the rental place.
Yeah, Sunbelt Rentals.
What they did, how they made that horn work a lot easier.
Oh, well, no, actually, that wasn't
Sunbelt?
No, Sunbelt gave us the scaffolding. Right?
Okay.
But Coastal Restaurant Equipment Service, which is Matt Manning.
Right.
He's the one, him and his partner, I'm dropping a bomb. Anyway, they built the horn system. And it was 3 air horns with an air compressor and a battery. And then, about 2 weeks in, I said, man, we can't keep doing this. My thumb was getting hurt.
Saturday mornings, I was up there and everybody's beeping. I'm reaching for the button. And then the last week, the last 2 weekends, it was great. All I do was step on a pedal.
Had a foot pedal, like an organ pedal. So it was a quite amazing upgrade. And it's all packed away now in containers and labeled. 2021 champion TEEPEE.
Do you believe how many people love coming by here and honking that horn? How many people on social media I miss honking my horn.
Yeah, I think we had, I'd say 100,000 honks at least, if not more than that. And then the social media, and it's amazing what Facebook can do. Sometimes I hate them, sometimes I love them, but we had so many people following us. And it was a great thing. They wanted to see what we were going to do next, what was going to happen,
right?
What kind of shenanigans we were going to do, and it worked. People enjoyed it. We raised a ton of money, and the Braves went. What else can you ask for?
And he had a real tomahawk chop steak up there. Not one. He probably had 500 of them.
Man, about 6.
6?
And those things were expensive. They were like $60 a piece. But
tasted good though, right?
But that was another one. A Geechee Meat Market. They donated a lot of meat for us to go up there and smoke. Nice. And if you get a chance, go by Geechee Meat Market. It's one of the best in Savannah.
All right. So, and everybody thinks that it's just all about having fun and lavacious drinks and all this stuff, but it's also about helping an organization called Help One of Our Own, a foundation that's been here 30 years. And I mean, I've been part of this now for how long? 4 or 5 years that I've been really doing it here at Coaches Year. Well, really the last 2 years, but before that, I always knew about it. I mean, so people are just, they want to help people. And it's amazing what you did. And I know you got a lot of people that you can't thank, but you're going to run off some names here.
Well, let me go back and start off with Help Save One of Our Own. It's a foundation that was started by Spanky Southside.
Nice.
And it was started for a bartender's wife who was battling cancer, I believe. And so they started this, and it started off as like raising money around the bar. And I don't know how they were doing it back then. It was like 35 years ago, actually. And I was.
Well, we had no Venmo. We had no.
I was in high school, and I probably don't remember any of that. But anyway, and it evolved into a 501(c)(3). And for the last 35 years, they've helped numerous people with millions of dollars over the years. Mm-hmm. And it's an application process that people that are in need that we can help. They go through, and then they qualify what their needs are. If they're good, they're not good. They're all good needs, but just how much they can help them. And in the last 2 or 3 fundraisers that we did for individuals, one being my server, one being Randy Davis, Help Save One of Our Own donated more money than I would ever expect them to.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking about over $100,000.
Wow.
And they can't do that for everybody, but it's all local. It stays right here in Chatham County or the surrounding area. Doesn't go to Atlanta, doesn't go to across town, whatever. It's all here.
Right.
So, and it's just a great foundation. We decided last year that we were going to raise the money that they had helped us with to give it back to them.
Right.
And at this point, with all the fundraisers we've done, we're well over 50,000 back.
It's simply amazing.
We got 50 more to go, but we're gonna make it there. We're gonna make it there. Maybe somebody out there wants to come along with a big check for us. It'd be great. But anyway.
But I want you to tell everybody, this doesn't go to Coach's Corner. This goes to Help Save One of Our Own foundation. I mean, you're up there. You bring these people up there. You of course, you're making it enticing for these people to do it. But everything that's raised goes right to them.
Yeah, and this foundation has a 0 operating budget, which means there's no administration fees. There's no cost of things that you see people think. You look it up online. It's all right there for everybody to see. But if I can, I was going to go down a little list.
Go right ahead.
There's a lot of people I'm going to miss here, guys, but I'm going to go with the first ones. First off, Sunbelt Rentals for donating the scaffolding. We went double the size we usually did. It's 800 square foot up.
Right.
It was huge. But Coastal Restaurant Equipment and Service, Matt, y'all did a great job. And Scott, I'm sorry, and Jessica and all of them, Kim. Stop and Store, Ambo Seafood, Live Oak Restaurants with Ansley Williams. Harrington Tree Service, R&R Home Improvements, some individuals, Jamie and Lori at Clark, Billy Oglesby, Billy Snyder, who I know bucked up about $2,000.
Wow.
And Brian McCarthy, Rex Temple Jr., Trace and Robin Cunningham. Anyway, Jim, who I cannot say his last name.
I put your names all the time, John.
Well,
so.
no, I can't say his last name, but I was asked not to.
Okay, we'll keep it at that.
Well,
we'll keep it at that.
I let the story out, though. But about the $10,000 mark, he came into this place and said, how much you raised? I said, $10,000. He doubled it.
Wow.
That's how, and this guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blessed. He said, I've been blessed. I've been fortunate. Because I want to give back to you what you want me to give it back to.
Wow.
I cried. I was a little girl.
Yeah.
But starting off with Lawrence Bennett, who I could not have done any of this without.
Right.
Lawrence, I know you're watching, and you're the best. And please tell your wife she's right there. Right there.
Yes,
next
she
to her
is.
Name. All right. So, and then my wife's name, right, Adele Henderson, right under that. She put up with a lot, and she ran a restaurant without me for 27 days. I was worthless to help in this restaurant. I might help a little bit anyway. And then Big John Smith and his frame, his construction crew for building scaffolding. What, amazing. Going up took 2.5 days. Going down took 6 hours.
Right.
It was amazing what they did, and just all the others that came along with 100 or 200 or 300 or 500. I can't mention everybody. There's so many of them.
There's so many of them.
But at this point, we're over 36,000. It keeps coming in. Maybe we'll get to 37, 38.
Nice.
Who knows? But we're gonna have an official, thanking of everybody on Facebook, and hopefully we'll have that check presentation in next week.
Simply amazing what they do here, and I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad, but it got close to my son's wedding coming up, and I wanted my head shaved, but still could do it. Go to my son's wedding with a tomahawk.
We're growing it out for next year. I'm just gonna let the rest fill in.
But anyway, great job. You guys do a great job here, and it's not just all about sports, food, and fun. It's about helping our own, and that's what it's all about. It's great to give.
Well, it's great to be given.
That's right. Yeah. That's a great job. All right, so what do we got coming up here at Coach's Corner? Got a big tribute band tonight, right?
This show is rain or shine. If any of y'all out there have tickets, we are covered. We do have plenty of area out there for you to sit in. It's not going to be wet.
On the border.
Yep, on the border. They're Eagles tribute out of the Carolinas area, and they're really, really good. They're just a fantastic. It's a 7-piece. They do the whole 9 yards. It sounds just like them too.
Really? Wow, yeah. 7-piece band coming in here, and then next week you got the man's back. Okay, King of Pop.
Oh, no, next weekend is 20 Ride.
Right, 20 Ride on Friday night.
Right.
And then following week is King of Pop.
Yep. And, I'm going to add in Elton Live was added in. And that might not be on everybody's
when is
platform. That is on next Saturday. So we have Zach Brown. We have Zach Brown on Friday and then Elton John on Saturday.
My wife was telling me, my wife keeps up with this. I don't know how. She said to me, Elton John's coming to, the tribute is coming to Coaches. Do you know anything about it? I said,
yeah, we had something else booked, and it got moved to Thursday this past week.
Right.
And so we were able to open that date up, and Elton Live is one of the best shows we've had here. And they wanted to come in on the last minute notice. So, and then we have the King of Pop and Purple Madness back to back, which will be an amazing weekend. I hope the weather's better, but those shows will both be.
Really I was here for Purple Madness. That guy was unbelievable.
He's a machine. Yeah.
So
Bobby Miller, he's amazing.
He was unbelievable. So, but on that, don't forget, it's been here since 1991. 60 TVs, or we like to say, gazillion TVs in here. You got a favorite football team you want to watch? Just ask the man, ask one of the servers, ask the person behind the adult beverage station, and they'll get your football game on. But once again, appreciate what you do, John. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, I stick to my morals. I never got up there to enjoy it with you due to the fact that I got to do what I got to do. But I'll support it no matter what you do. And once again, he's being modest here. Okay. Stand up. Let's go. We got to show the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Turn around. Yeah. Oh, hold it. I'll bring the camera right there. Let's bring the camera in. All right. There you go. Coach's Corner, honk for the Braves T-shirts. You still got any left?
Yeah, we have some left. Yes. And we're going to have a reprint. We're going to have some long sleeve shirts coming with them.
Nice.
And we might do a little adjustments to the thing, like saying I was here, stuff like that. We're going to tweak it because it's been in the making for 3 weeks. I just didn't, we didn't have it quite finalized until a couple of days ago.
So come on by.
Yep.
Get a T-shirt. You also got ball caps. You got sweatshirts. You name it, they're here. So you can be proud to sponsor and tell everybody, not sponsor, but you be proud to tell everybody about Coach's Corner. So
thank you.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right.
John Henderson, the chief behind the Coach's Corner Braves Pavilion, TEEPEE Pavilion, and the TEEPEE still outside. Nobody's sleeping in it, okay? They got the scaffolding down. Like John said, it took, a couple days to put up, but it took 6 hours to come down. Well, it's been a long show. I can't believe I try to keep it to an hour, but we're at an hour and 40 minutes right now. Don't forget, you want to come in. Georgia Tech takes on Miami at 12 noon. Besides Missouri taking on Georgia between the hedges at 12 noon. Georgia Tech is in Miami. At Savannah State tonight at 5 o'clock. They're honoring their seniors. Edward Waters come in. Savannah State has a shot still maybe to make the D2 playoffs. Coastal Carolina comes into the prettiest little stadium to take on Georgia Southern, and Coach Helton will be there to watch his new program. And then there's a bunch of stuff going on. Pro baseball, I told you, the Braves won the World Series. Couldn't be more excited. First time since 1995. Falcons lost a heartbreaker last week to the Panthers, 1913. They're back playing tomorrow in New Orleans, in NOLA, against the Saints. Pro basketball, the Hawks are off to a 4 and 5 starts. The Rock and Roll Marathon, just heard it from John Henderson. He heard it before I did. The Rock and Roll Marathon, the marathon, 26.1 miles, has been postponed. But if you want to run the 5K half marathon, they're still doing it. So it's another big weekend here in Savannah, Georgia. Well, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who's been listening. And once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday live from Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, stay dry, but always hit it out of the park. Until I speak to you next week, may it be best week ever. God bless. Talk to you next week.